I should have known something was off the moment my mom called a family meeting. Those 2 words have never meant anything good in our house. We all sat in the living room, me, my mom, my older sister Kayla, and my younger brother Liam, while my stepdad Dave paced like he was about to deliver a presidential speech. The heater hummed loudly, but the silence underneath it was even louder. My mom folded her hands, wearing that dramatic expression she practiced in the mirror whenever she wanted sympathy. "Sweetheart," she sighed. "We need to talk about our summer plans." I blinked. Summer. Vacation. The one thing I actually looked forward to every single year. "Okay, what about them?" I asked. Kayla shot me a pity look, while Liam sank into the couch like he wanted to disappear. Dave cleared his throat, loudly. "We've done the math," he said, tapping a stack of papers as if that made him look responsible. "And financially, a vacation just isn't possible this year." My heart sank. "But we've been planning this since January," I said. "We picked dates. We picked a destination. I requested time off at work." "I know, honey," my mom interrupted quickly, "but times are tough. Groceries are expensive. Bills are increasing. We all need to cut back." "All of us," Dave repeated seriously, nodding like a malfunctioning bobblehead. I looked at Kayla and Liam, but they avoided my eyes. Something wasn't right. I swallowed. "So, no vacation?" Mom reached out, squeezing my hand in exaggerated slow motion. "No vacation this year," she said softly. "We just can't afford it." Dave sighed loudly again, clearly enjoying the drama. "I know it's disappointing," he added. "But we're asking the whole family to be responsible. Less spending. No splurging. No unnecessary expenses. Responsible. Responsible. Responsible." That word hung in the air like a threat. I nodded numbly, forcing a smile. "Okay. If it helps the family, I get it." Mom exhaled with relief, as if I had just agreed to donate a kidney. "Thank you, sweetheart," she said. "We knew you'd understand." But the whole time, the back of my neck tingled. A weird, crawling feeling. Like a lie was sitting in the room with us. Still, I didn't argue. Didn't ask questions. Not yet. 2 weeks later. I had adjusted to the disappointing reality: no summer sun, no beaches, no hiking trails, no break from work. Just life. But everything snapped the day my banking app sent me a notification. New transaction posted, $12,700. My heart dropped straight through the floor. $12,700. Gone. My chest tightened. I clicked on the notification, my fingers shaking. Merchant, Skyline Resort and SPA. Location, Palm Springs, California. Date, yesterday. Booked under, D. Harper. D. Harper. My stepdad's name. A hot wave of betrayal washed over me. A resort? A spa? Palm Springs? I opened the resort's website. Luxury suites. Private pools. Champagne packages. 5-star dining. And then the part that hit me like a punch. Summer family escape package, $12,700. Family. Family. The word blurred. They were going. Without me. My hands trembled as I sat on the edge of my bed, breathing too fast, trying to make sense of it. Maybe it was a glitch. Maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe. My phone dinged. A message from Kayla. Hey, so there's something you should know before Mom tells you. My stomach flipped. I typed. Are you guys going on vacation? 3 dots appeared. Then disappeared. Then appeared again. Finally, the reply came. Rachel, please don't freak out. Another message. But yes. My vision went blurry. They lied. They canceled my vacation. Not theirs. They just didn't want me to come. And now? I knew exactly how much I wasn't worth to them. $12,700. Kayla's message kept replaying in my head. Please don't freak out, but yes. My ears rang with a dull hum, like my brain was trying to shield me from the truth. But it couldn't. The truth was a slap, sharp, humiliating, undeniable. My family wasn't broke. My family wasn't cutting back. They didn't want me. I stared at my phone, thumbs frozen above the screen. The room felt too small. My heartbeat felt too loud. Finally, I typed the only question that mattered. Why didn't you tell me? She responded almost instantly. Mom thought you'd take it personally. I laughed, an ugly, broken sound. Taking it personally? They literally removed me from a family vacation. My hands shook as I typed again. So you all lied to my face? For weeks. Kayla sent a long paragraph. Please don't be mad. Mom said it's the one time the 4 of us can bond. She said you're always busy with work and you wouldn't enjoy it anyway. She said you'd understand. There it was. My mother's voice. Her excuses. Her favorite storyline. I was always the outsider. Always the one who wouldn't understand. Or wouldn't fit in. Or wouldn't enjoy it anyway. I felt my throat tighten. So it was Mom's idea? I typed. Kayla hesitated. Mostly Mom. But Dave agreed. And Liam didn't argue. Of course he didn't. My little brother worshipped Dave like a golden retriever worships its owner. I swallowed the burn in my chest. Before I could respond, Kayla sent another message. Please don't ruin this, Rachel. Mom really wants this trip. She says it's important for our family dynamic. Family dynamic. Wow. So excluding me was important? I tossed my phone onto the bed and paced the room, my skin buzzing with anger. My bank app still glowed on my screen, taunting me. $12,700.00. Completed. And then I saw the detail that made my stomach drop again. Payment method, joint household account. My contribution. My savings. My money. They paid for the trip using my portion of the household fund. That's why the amount stung so badly. I wasn't just excluded. I paid for the trip I wasn't allowed to go on. My jaw clenched so hard it hurt. I marched downstairs. Mom was in the kitchen scrolling her phone like nothing was wrong. Dave was at the table with his laptop open. Liam munched cereal. A perfect little scene. "Hey," I said sharply, voice shaking. They all looked up. My mom smiled stiffly. "Rachel, honey. Everything okay?" "No," I said. "Actually, everything is not okay." Dave's face stiffened. "What's going on?" I locked eyes with him. I saw the $12,700 charge. My mom's smile dropped. Liam nearly choked on his cereal. Dave's face went pale, instantly. My mom recovered first. "Oh, sweetheart, we were going to explain." "When?" I snapped. "After you boarded the plane? After you spent the money I helped earn? Or after you enjoyed your family trip that I paid for?" The room froze. Dave lifted a hand defensively. "Now, let's not overreact." "Overreact?" I stepped closer. "You told me we were broke. You told me to cancel my vacation. Then you took the money and planned your own?" My mom's expression twisted. "Rachel, you work a lot. You're always so tense. We thought you'd appreciate the quiet time." "Don't," I said, voice shaking. "Don't pretend you did anything for me. You didn't want me there." Silence. Then, shockingly, my mom didn't deny it. Instead, she sighed. "We needed a peaceful trip," she said. "And you disrupt that sometimes." My chest tightened. A familiar ache. An old wound ripped open. Dave crossed his arms. "And technically, it's a family account," he added. "So the money is all of ours." "But I'm not part of the family?" I shot back. Dave stared, unable to speak. My mom finally muttered, "We just thought you'd understand." I laughed. "Understand what?" She looked straight at me. "That this trip wasn't meant for you." My heart cracked. Slowly. Deliberately. Finally. I inhaled sharply. "Fine," I said. "Then don't worry." I stepped back, voice steady now. "I'll make sure you understand something too." They all stared. "What?" my mom demanded. I grabbed my phone from my pocket, held it up, and said, "You're going to pay for what you did." My mom's face twisted like she didn't know whether to be offended or scared. "Rachel," she snapped, "don't start making threats." "Threats?" I laughed. "No. These are consequences." Dave stood up fast, chair scraping the floor. "He only stands when he wants to look intimidating." "Well, what exactly do you think you're going to do?" he challenged. I turned my phone around so he could see the screen. "The account isn't just family money," I said coldly. "It's legally tied to my job deposits. I can freeze it. I can pull my funds. I can file a dispute." Dave's Adam's apple bobbed. My mom frowned. "A dispute for what?" "We didn't steal anything." I raised an eyebrow. "You told me we were broke. You told me to cancel my plans to help the family. Then you used the money without telling me and booked a luxury resort behind my back." "That's not a crime," my mom said. "No?" I said. "But taking funds under false pretenses is. And lying to gain access to someone's contributions is also fraud." Dave's face drained entirely. Liam whispered, "Mom, is she serious?" Mom glared at him. "Don't get involved." But she was rattled. For the first time, I saw fear flicker behind her eyes. Good. They deserved to feel at least a fraction of what I felt. I took a step forward. "Why didn't you just tell me the truth?" I asked quietly. "Why lie?" Mom's shoulders tightened. "You wouldn't understand, Rachel," she said. "You've always been different. You're difficult." There it was. The golden phrase they all loved to use. Difficult. "Define difficult," I said calmly. Mom sighed dramatically. "You always ask questions. You always want explanations. You make everything serious. The kids and I, we just wanted a simple, stress-free vacation." "So the solution," I said slowly, "was to remove me?" "We didn't remove you," she snapped. "We just didn't invite you this time." I stared at her, stunned. "That's the same thing." Dave jumped in, voice stiff. "Honestly, Rachel, you overreact to everything. We just needed a break." "A break from what?" I demanded. "From me paying rent? From me buying groceries? From me covering utilities while you and Mom go to spas and decompress?" My mom crossed her arms. "You make contributions because you live here. It's not charity." I felt something crack inside me. "No," I said quietly, "it isn't charity. But it's also not your personal vacation fund." Liam finally spoke up, voice small. "Rachel, they didn't want to tell you because they thought you'd make it about you." I turned to him. "Liam, it is about me. I helped pay for a trip I wasn't allowed to join." He looked down. Silence filled the kitchen like smoke. Then I took a deep breath. "You know what? Fine. Keep your trip. Enjoy your resort. Enjoy your peaceful family bonding. But you're going to do it without my money." Dave scoffed. "You can't just pull out." "Yes," I said, interrupting. "I can." I clicked a button on my phone. Household account, freeze initiated. Dave lunged forward. "What did you just do?" "Paused withdrawals," I said calmly. "The resort will reverse the payment in 24 to 48 hours unless you verify the transaction." My mom's eyes widened. No, Rachel. We need this vacation. I need this. Don't ruin it." "Oh, I'm not ruining anything," I said. "I'm simply reclaiming what's mine." "You're being dramatic," she hissed. "No," I whispered. "I've been silent for years. That's the problem." I grabbed my keys and walked toward the door. My mom's voice rose behind me. "If you leave right now, you're overreacting." I stopped. Turned. Looked her dead in the eyes. "No," I said. "For the first time in my life, I'm reacting exactly the way I should." And then I walked out. The moment the door slammed behind me, my phone buzzed. A notification. New message, Kayla. I opened it. "You need to know something. Mom isn't telling you the whole truth. It's about the $12,700. My heart dropped. Because the number wasn't random. And the betrayal wasn't over. Kayla's message made my stomach twist. Mom isn't telling you the whole truth. It's about the $12,700. I stared at my phone, pulse pounding. What more could there be? I typed quickly. Kayla, what do you mean? She replied almost instantly. I can't explain over text. Can you come meet me? Please. Strange. Kayla never asked to meet anywhere. She always avoided conflict the way people avoid potholes. Still shaky, I got in my car and drove to the small park 2 blocks away, our old childhood spot. Swings squeaked in the wind. Leaves rustled like whispers. Kayla sat on the edge of a bench, arms wrapped around herself like she was freezing even though the air was warm. When she saw me, she stood quickly. Rachel, thank God you came. What's going on? I asked. Just tell me the truth. She hesitated, biting her lip. Please don't hate me, she said softly. My chest tightened. Just talk. She took a deep breath. Mom didn't want you on the trip because she feels like you judge her. I rolled my eyes. That's not new. She's said that for years. That doesn't explain a $12,700 charge. Kayla swallowed. Right. So, the resort. It's not just a vacation. My eyebrows furrowed. Then what is it? She looked around nervously, voice dropping low. It's a therapy retreat. A therapy retreat? I repeated. For who? For Mom. I froze. What kind of therapy retreat costs $12,700? Kayla looked at me with wide, guilty eyes. The kind you go to when you're hiding money troubles. My brain stalled. Money troubles? I echoed. She nodded slowly. She and Dave, they're in debt, Rachel. A lot of it. Credit cards. Personal loans. They're drowning. They didn't tell you because you always have your life together. And she didn't want to admit she messed up. I stared at her. The park blurred for a moment. So instead of telling me the truth, I said quietly, they told me we were too broke for a family vacation, while they booked a luxury retreat. Kayla nodded miserably. Mom didn't want a vacation. She wanted that program. They have spa treatments and activities so it looks like a getaway, but it's really financial therapy, couples counseling, and some emotional reset thing. My chest tightened. And the $12,700? That's what they owed. Part of it, she whispered. My voice shook. Why use MY money? Kayla winced. They thought you wouldn't notice. Or Dave said you could handle it. He convinced Mom you'd never check the account. Anger surged through me, hot and sharp. So they stole from me to fix their problems, I said. And excluded me so they could hide their debt. Kayla looked torn. They were ashamed, she said. They didn't want you to see them struggling. Mom thinks you'd lose respect for her. I laughed, bitter, hollow. She thought I'd lose respect for her? After she stole my money and lied to my face? Kayla didn't answer. I took a step back, words spilling out. Kayla, you knew? You all knew? You helped them keep this secret from me? She flinched visibly. I didn't want to pick sides. You already did. She looked at me with watery eyes. I'm sorry, she whispered. But Mom is falling apart, Rachel. She thinks this retreat will fix everything. Their marriage, their finances, their stress. She said if you came, she'd never relax. I stared at her, stunned. So I'm the problem? Again? No, she said quickly. But that's how she sees it. She thinks you always make her feel judged. She feels like you outgrow the family a little more every year. My breath caught in my throat. So this is punishment, I whispered. For not being the daughter she wants. Kayla shook her head. It's fear. Fear doesn't cost $12,700. Kayla's voice cracked. She planned to pay you back, eventually. I looked away, jaw tightening. She won't have the chance. Kayla blinked. What do you mean? I turned toward my car. Because I'm about to show her exactly what it feels like to be left out. Kayla's voice trembled. Rachel, what are you going to do? I looked over my shoulder. Fix everything. Then I got in my car, adrenaline pumping, already knowing exactly where I was going next. The resort. Because my family wasn't the only ones who could show up unannounced. The drive to the resort felt surreal, like stepping into someone else's life. The highway stretched endlessly ahead, sun shimmering off the asphalt. My hands gripped the wheel so tightly that my knuckles turned white. They wanted a peaceful escape. They wanted secrecy. They wanted a retreat to heal from the problems they created. Fine. But they would face me there. Face the truth. Face the daughter they tried to erase. Palm Springs loomed ahead like a mirage, mountains rising behind clouds, palm trees swaying lazily, resorts lined up like sparkling jewels. My GPS announced. Destination, Skyline Resort and Spa. The same name from the $12,700 charge. The parking lot was filled with expensive cars, Mercedes, Teslas, luxury rentals. I parked my old Honda in the middle like a bruise in a room full of diamonds. The lobby smelled like eucalyptus and money. A woman at the desk smiled professionally. Welcome to Skyline. Do you have a reservation with us? Yes, I said, resting my hands on the counter. Under D. Harper. Her fingers tapped the keyboard. Her smile froze. Oh, the Harper party checked in this morning. Of course they did. I exhaled slowly. I need a key to their suite. She hesitated. Ma'am, I can't provide. I slid my ID and bank statement across the counter. The one showing the $12,700 charge. My name attached to the account. My money funding their luxury suite. Her eyes widened slightly as she read it. Understood, she said quietly. She printed a keycard. 3rd floor. Suite 308. Thank you. I walked through the lobby, heart pounding, anger and heartbreak mixing like oil and fire. This wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about reclaiming boundaries. They had denied me for years. The door opens. Suite 308 was silent from the outside, too silent. I knocked. Nothing. Knocked again. Still nothing. So I slid the keycard and stepped in. The smell hit first, citrus candles, luxury linens, something floral and expensive. Music played softly from a Bluetooth speaker. Then I saw them. My mother on the couch, lying back with cucumber slices on her eyes. Dave pouring champagne. Liam on the balcony scrolling his phone. Kayla unpacking a suitcase. A perfect family vacation. Without me. Mom sat up, startled. Rachel? Dave dropped the champagne bottle. How did you get in here? Kayla whispered, "Oh God." I shut the door behind me. The room suddenly felt too small for the truth that was about to explode. My voice was calm. Dangerously calm. Enjoying the retreat? Mom stood, flustered. Rachel, you shouldn't be here. Funny, I said. Neither should you. Not with my money. Dave stepped forward. You're being ridiculous. I cut him off. No. I'm being fair. I pulled the folder from my bag, the printed bank statements, screenshots, course brochure, and the resort receipt showing my contribution. I dropped it all on the marble table. You didn't pay for this retreat, I said. I did. Mom's face went red. Rachel, lower your voice. Why? I snapped. Embarrassed that the people around you might learn you stole from your own daughter? Kayla's eyes filled with tears. Liam looked desperate. Dave spoke through clenched teeth. Rachel, we were going to fix everything. You don't fix things by erasing me, I said. By lying. By taking what isn't yours. Mom approached me slowly, like I was the problem. You don't understand, she whispered. This retreat, it's supposed to help us heal. Healing doesn't come from betrayal. I shouted. Silence. Mom's lip trembled. You're ruining everything. I took a deep breath. No, I said quietly. I'm saving myself. Then I held up the final document. The reversal form. Signed. Processed. Effective immediately. Dave lunged for it, but I stepped back. The resort just refunded the $12,700 back into the account, I said. And the account? It's been split. My money is protected now. Mom's voice broke. Rachel, don't do this. You did this, I said. Dave clenched his jaw. So, what now? You're kicking us out? I shook my head slowly. No, I said. You can stay. They looked confused. But not on my money, I added. I pointed to the suite door. The retreat can help you fix your problems. But I won't be one of them anymore. And then, for the first time in my life, I turned around and walked away from all of them. I didn't look back as I walked down the hallway. For once, I didn't freeze. I didn't question myself. I didn't shrink. I left. And with every step, something heavy unclenched inside my chest, something I'd been carrying my entire life. By the time I reached the elevator, the weight was finally gone. The doors closed, sealing off the sounds of chaos behind me. When they opened in the lobby, the concierge looked up as if expecting me. I walked to the front desk. Hi, I said, steadying my voice. I need a room for one night. The woman blinked. Of course, ma'am. Her smile wasn't judgmental or confused or disappointed. It was just kind. A kindness I hadn't felt from my own family in years. She handed me a room key with a soft "enjoy your stay," and I swear, it almost made me cry. My first real vacation. My room was smaller than their suite. Simpler. No champagne. No balcony. No family drama looming over me like a dark cloud. Just peace. Real peace. I dropped my bag on the bed and sat down, letting out a long breath I didn't know I'd been holding. I should have felt angry. Or empty. Or guilty. Instead, I felt free. I walked to the window. The view wasn't perfect, just palm trees swaying in the wind and mountains in the distance. But it was mine. Paid with my money. Chosen by me. For me. And unlike them, I didn't lie about that. The call from Kayla. My phone buzzed on the nightstand. It was Kayla. I ignored the first call. Then the second. But the third. I answered. She sounded breathless. Rachel? Oh, thank God. Listen, Mom is freaking out. Dave is yelling. They think you embarrassed them. I let out a short, exhausted laugh. I didn't embarrass them. They embarrassed themselves. Kayla hesitated. They want you to come back. They said, we can still do the retreat together if you just let them explain. Explain what? I said, voice steady. How they stole from me. Lied to me? Excluded me? Used me? She didn't answer. Kayla, I said softly, I love you. But coming back to them isn't an option anymore. She sniffed. So, you're really done? I closed my eyes. I'm done letting them make me feel small. There was a long silence. Then she whispered, I wish I was brave like you. That hurt more than anything else. Because she wasn't the villain. She was just too scared to stand alone. You can be, I said. Whenever you're ready. I hung up gently. The final message. 5 minutes later, my mom texted. You abandoned your family. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I typed back. You abandoned me first. I'm choosing myself now. I blocked her number. Not to punish her. Not to hurt her. But to protect myself. Something she never learned to do for me. The morning after. When morning sunlight spilled across my room, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Rest. Real rest. The kind that comes after surviving a storm. I packed my bag slowly, savoring the quiet. When I checked out, the woman at the desk asked, How was your stay? I smiled, genuine, light, unforced. Perfect, I said. Exactly what I needed. Outside, the air smelled like lemons and warm sand. I walked to my car with a calm I didn't know was possible. This year, I didn't lose a vacation. I lost a family who only loved me conditionally. And I gained something far more valuable. My self-respect. My boundaries. My voice. My freedom. The vacation I never got? I was finally taking it now. And for the first time, I wasn't paying for anyone else to enjoy it. Only me. Just me.